Hello, welcome back to Outside Xbox. I'm Mike, joined by Andy and Jane.
Hey.
Hi.
And this is the thing that will always gather us together, which is vampires.
So this is the famous Vampire The Masquerade Bloodlines you're always talking
No,
about.
Andy, Blood Hunt. I know it's very confusing because everything has to have blood in it. But yeah, this is Blood Hunt. So this is a battle royale with vampires. It was in a closed alpha over the weekend, so I played a little bit of it. Not enough to get really good at it, obviously, but I played a bit. And this is it. So it's what's interesting about it is it's quite a small map by battle royale standards, but it's a much more sort of vertical map, basically. Right. It's the city of Prague, and you'll spend a lot of your time clambering around on rooftops. There's a glimpse of the map. So
does the play space shrink?
It does, yeah. It doesn't do it.
What's the in-universe explanation for the play space shrinking?
So
this is why I'm interested in battle royale games.
Yeah, so you're into the fiction, I see.
Yeah.
So basically, what's happened is the Second Inquisition, who are the guys who are like hunting vampires, have released a load of red gas, vampire-killing gas. And look, I just downed someone there.
Oh, nice.
There you go. Downed two people actually. But basically, they've released this gas to try and stop the vampires. Everyone else is, there's a curfew, so most civilians are indoors. But
fumigating for vampires.
Yeah, like if you've got roaches.
What does diabolarize mean?
I know I did, yeah, but this guy's got back up, which is a problem.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so diabolarizing in the fiction is very much frowned upon, but apparently it's fine in this circumstance. So it's,
what about the Masquerade?
Well, the Masquerade is important, Andy, in this battle royale game because
gas imminent.
If you break the Masquerade, like if you're seen feeding on someone, or you're using your weapons in public, your position gets revealed to the other players. So if you break the Masquerade, you are immediately publicly visible, which obviously in a battle royale game is bad news.
So what? There are like human NPCs that can see you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
So basically, not many. So because of the curfew, there's very few people out on the streets, but there are people you can feed on. To gain more health, or there's also a resonances system. So if you drink from someone with a particular blood resonance, you can gain buffs to your health regeneration. So here's someone out on the street breaking curfew, and they've got the blood resonance choleric, which means you gain extra melee damage, right? So you can see down at the bottom, I've got 3 spots in the bottom left that I can fill up of that particular resonance. So you could go around and try and get each of the blood resonances and become like a superpowered vampire. So it's about it's a sort of mix of the usual battle royale cowardice that has served me so well in the past, and also being forced to get out there and eat people and power up your character.
Yeah. So you've got vampire powers.
I do. Yeah. So
what kind of vampire are you here?
So I am currently a Toreador. First choice always Toreador. So my powers are, you can see on LB I've got a big jump, and on RB I've got a kind of blinding flashbang ore type thing, where I'm so dang handsome that everyone else is blinded by it. Which seems inconvenient, really.
I mean, I'm enjoying the kicks that you're wearing. Those are fun.
They're cool kicks, yeah. Absolutely. But all of the vampires have these amazing traversal abilities. So you can do slides, you can climb up walls, you can do these sort of soaring leaps.
Hide behind an air conditioning vent.
Hide behind an air conditioning, whatever you like, yeah. But it's just really, really satisfying to steam around the level. What it reminds me of is, do you remember like Prototype's version of parkour, which wasn't really parkour, it was literally just like running up buildings. That's what it feels like. It's like there's no
or in
sort
Spider-Man when you do that.
Yeah, there's no like friction really at all.
Can you go indoors?
Yeah, there are
a little bit. It
areas,
looks like there's an apartment over there.
Yeah, I
go. Just live in the apartment and not be a vampire.
These apartments are not areas you can go. Look, the bed itself is a sort of flat texture. It does look cozy. But there are stores. There's a vampire nightclub. You'll be pleased to hear there is a goth vampire nightclub in a church.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. Okay, I have seen a little bit of that. Yeah,
that is present and correct.
Good.
But there are these like antique shops. You'll see one of those a bit later on in the footage. But
what do you get there?
So like special melee weapons and things like that.
Okay.
A nice credenza.
Yeah. Some Rococo chairs.
Some
I'm being shot at. Okay. So
time for the escape.
And I've sort of cornered myself a bit here.
Yeah.
Just hiding
behind this vent.
Exactly.
Again.
This is my battle royale strategy, and for the most part, it works terribly. Oh look, I've been caught. Yeah, there you go.
No.
How embarrassing.
See, yeah.
Oh, my kindred, why?
So 17th.
Yeah, out of 45. So I thought I'd show you this little bit. So this is one of the interiors. This is another player, a much better player. But I thought this was kind of interesting. So in the antique shop, you get all these kind of melee weapons in cases. There's different rarities of loot. There are
Antique
special loot boxes out in the world as well with high-powered weapons. But there are these interiors. But look, here we go. So this is a Nosferatu who can actually turn invisible, right? Which seems like cheating.
Oh wow! Yeah, that does seem like cheating.
So what's this? so this is this sort of the Nosferatu clan are more sort of stealthy. And they can set traps. So this particular archetype has like a sewer bomb, it's called, which sounds disgusting. But it can be used as a kind of like, so if you're hiding out in this antique shop, look, if you lob a sewer bomb up in the corner, it'll sit there as a trap. You can see it glowing red up there. Yeah. And then look, like basically, you've got the ability to turn invisible and move while invisible. And actually, the ability to just sort of crouch and become invisible and not be visible until you use a weapon, which
it looks so
that's astonishingly powerful, isn't it?
It's good, really? But you do have to be a freaky Nosferatu type.
You do have to be a disgusting Nosferatu, yeah, that's true.
How many clans are playable?
Never for Mike. Mike the Toreador.
Yeah. How many clans are playable? There are 3 currently. I suspect they'll add more if this is
Why
popular.
are they fighting each other? Aren't they all bonded in the Camarilla?
Well, the idea is that it's an anarch invasion, and the anarchs have gone rogue.
The problem is it's a battle royale, so they have to be against.
Yeah, it does. I mean, I think it does a pretty good job of like maintaining roughly the fiction while not hobbling it as a battle royale game.
Sure.
So I like that the Masquerade's involved. So I thought I'd play as a Nosferatu now and see if that works out.
So what are your powers? What are your disciplines?
So I can turn invisible and actually move around for a short period of time, and then I can set traps as well.
Okay.
But
what about your vampire big jump? Do you still have vampire big jump?
See, I don't. As a Nosferatu, I don't have vampire big jump.
Oh no.
But what you'll notice down at the bottom is those different resonances. Like I only have certain slots for the resonances. So like clearly the Nosferatu can only build up their resonances to a certain level.
Yeah.
So what I've done here is
pleasant to be around.
Yeah, I've made a terrible mistake because I've landed right in. If you look on the map, there's these kind of red crosses, and that's where the entity
Everyone's looking at you.
Yeah,
the entity of the Second Inquisition. They're the vampire hunters.
They're the vampire hunter guys.
So then NPC enemies, sort of PvE stuff. Okay.
So they're holding good loot. They've got like weapons caches and stuff like that, but it's extremely risky to try and
bad
sneak
guys.
in.
Or good guys, depending on how you look at it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't look like the good guy, do I?
So what's this red gas? Because presumably the war against vampires is all over if they've developed an anti-vampire gas.
Well, I guess just moves really slowly. Yeah, look, there I am being diablerized.
You got absolutely demolished.
Yeah. So I mean, in the fiction, I assume it's there's a reason why they don't just use it everywhere.
Vaporized holy water. No, that probably wouldn't work either, would it?
It worked in Blade, right, or something like that. I'm sure there's a film where they spray vaporized
but not VTM. Never VTM.
But you do have, there is like an in-universe item, or not in-universe item, in-game item, sorry, that allows you to go into the red mist for a bit, which is kind of cool.
Gas mask type
sort of temporary gas mask.
You ever go to like a molecular gastronomy restaurant and they're like, this is comes with a balloon full of garlic mist?
Yeah, there you go.
I've not been to one of those restaurants, but I can imagine I'd just want some actual garlic something rather than the mist, the essence.
Well, that's why you're not enjoying
what's the bat discipline there on the right? Oh, that's your like sonar vision.
Yeah, well, you sort of send out a swarm of bats that kind of ping if someone.
No way.
Yeah, if someone comes near them. So.
Oh, cool.
So this is like a construction site area. So there's quite a lot of variety actually. Although you'll spend a lot of time in the kind of Prague rooftops and stuff. There's more industrial areas. It's got a nice amount of variety, but the sort of running theme is verticality. Is that
I've never been to Prague. It must be nice to be in a new city. You know, it's not sort of generic American modern city, I guess.
Or even just most battle royale games take place in big fields. You know, if you play PUBG, you're just in a field running across a field. Whereas in this, you really have to like negotiate the environment and kind of be really aware of where you are and what's above you and what's below you, which is kind of cool. My instinct is always to get to the high ground because that seems sensible.
Because of Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Exactly. Yeah, as Obi-Wan Kenobi taught, having the high ground is a great advantage.
But automatic victory.
But obviously, it makes you more visible as well if people are keeping their eyes on the rooftops. So yeah,
it's a much busier sort of skyline though. It must be harder to spot folks as opposed to other battle royales.
It is a bit, but there are few. It's a smaller map, and there are fewer people than certainly in the beta. There are fewer people.
If I saw you at a distance, I just assume you were a gargoyle.
Yeah, if I just stay
How
still.
many players will there be?
So currently it's 45.
Okay.
Seems to be the limit. So that maybe is a sweet spot they found in testing. But so it's going to be free to play, and if people embrace it, pun intended, you know,
People
you might find more
embrace
maps and bigger game modes and stuff. But at the moment, it plays really well with the amount of players it's got. So I've spotted there's a golden loot box up here. So these high level, they're actually marked on the map as high tier loot. So when you're dropping in, as it were, you can drop in near high tier loot, but obviously it's gonna be more popular.
Oh, it's so ornate.
Yes, this is just an ornate automated chest here in the middle of the construction site. But I've got myself a purple assault rifle, which you know, it's going to be definitely used well in my hands.
Prague
but
was
yeah,
in
it
Deus
is a
Ex
shooting
Mankind
game.
Divided, right?
Sorry?
Prague was in Deus Ex Mankind Divided.
It was, yeah, it was.
It's a good,
like Future
good
Prague.
video game.
Red gas
city.
neutralizer. There you go. You got
There
the
you go, yeah.
Yeah,
So
old vampiric gas mask.
if I find myself trapped in the red mist,
If you
I
live
can-
that long.
Yeah, well, this is
Yeah.
it. So
As you were saying, Mike, it is kind of a bit more of a shooter than I would expect from a vampire
yeah,
game.
so there are melee weapons.
It's not like
and
in Dracula movies, he's like toting an AK. when he
No,
comes out of his
exactly,
coffin.
yeah. So I think that's deference to the fact that that's what people kind of expect from a Battle Royale game. Maybe someone went in and carved little crosses on all the bullets, like in Blade. So there's another player. Things are getting pretty close now. So the way it doesn't sort of contract on a random circle, it actually... It has sort of preset zones. Look, I've had to turn myself invisible and fall off a building there to escape.
So you've been trapped on the construction site by the red gas.
Yeah, so as it happens, the construction site is where it's centered upon. But
Where
you can
the
see it's a
final
weirdly shaped kind of area that is the...
Just sort of carves out the construction site
yeah.
itself.
So it could get a bit repetitive if
Oh,
you
they're your
end up going
bats.
to
Are they
the
your
same
bats
place.
Yeah.
up there?
I see
Yeah, I
bats.
left them up there just in case
Oh, you
someone-
left your little bats.
Yeah.
No, they're looking for their dad.
They're all
Dad.
alone. Where'd you go?
Where'd you go, Dad?
I'm hiding behind an air conditioning unit.
As
It's what I
Finnish.
do.
Yeah.
My trademark move.
So
Oh, here comes the
see
gas.
The
Here comes
gas
the
is
gas.
closing in. There's a person.
There's a person. Shoot them, Mike. Shoot them. Oh wait, this is
Shoot
old
them.
footage.
I'm
You're
gonna
not-
try.
It's not live. Past Mike. I'm sending my thoughts back through time.
Oh no, I got shot from behind.
Whoa!
But it's fine. I'm going to escape by
Just
falling off a
fall
building
to
again.
safety.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool.
This is the
Sometimes
benefit of the
messages
high
get-
ground.
Sometimes
Now, if
messages
I-
get garbled when they travel through the space-time continuum. You must have heard it as "get downed."
Is that an... Oh.
That's
that was an
NPC
NPC
over
over there.
yeah, it was
Okay,
yeah.
right. Yep.
So I've regenerated with a
nice
tiny
cowardice,
block
though.
of health. And I really don't have a lot of opportunity to... Look, so they've sent their bats, now. So
Oh, the bats.
I'm kind of pinned in here.
They're coming to find you.
Yeah.
Enemy bats. Bad bats.
Are you going to skeet shoot the bats out of the air with your pump-action shotgun?
I was
Is that your
tempted.
plan?
I shouldn't really have switched to my pump-action shot. I should have stuck with the purple assault rifle, really. But
Yeah,
I
this is a
thought, you know,
blue shotgun.
maybe at close range it might have helped.
No.
But anyway, yeah, cowardice clearly still a good strategy, and it kind of
Yeah.
feels like you're going against this sort of power fantasy of the game, where you're an all-powerful vampire. Who
Where's
can
the count that tells you how many people are left? Where am I looking?
It's up in the top right. There's 3 left. I'm in the
Oh,
final
so you're
3.
doing pretty
Everything,
good.
everything
Not
you're
too
saying
bad.
isn't filling me with confidence for a victory royale.
Yeah,
will
I
say.
think
No.
we'd know. Red gas, red gas.
I know
There's
it's
red gas
closing in.
behind you.
I was hoping they'd pick each other off, but apparently
But nope,
not.
they've teamed up against you and all
But
their
it's fine,
bats.
because if you stick around, Ellen also played the game this weekend and did considerably better than I did. So
Yeah.
you'll see that in a moment.
She got a vampire victory.
You got
Oh,
a, yeah,
look at
Vampire
the
Royale.
shame of this.
The
Shameful
shame.
Nosferatu
Oh,
hiding in the
the
corner.
shame. Oh,
Oh, let me die.
No.
3rd out of 44.
that felt like a pretty Nosferatu strategy, though.
It's
to like
true.
slink around,
Hiding
hiding.
Sobbing
Cowering.
and
So this is
Yeah.
Ellen,
No shade,
who
Nosferatu.
is
full of
playing as a
self-pity and
Bruja.
self-loathing.
Okay.
Yeah, and she's found a golden gun in the
Whoa.
construction site sarcophagus
Yeah.
or whatever.
Silence one.
Yeah. So
Splendid.
Oh, okay.
Now tell
Ellen-
me about the
Ellen
character
mentions-
creator, Mike, because I'm seeing a lot of casual sort of streetwear. Can I
Yeah.
wear like a full kind of goth black lace get up, or how's that going to work?
currently,
Yeah.
in the alpha, there were no customization options that I saw.
Oh, so you were
it's
just
limited
assigned
for the
your
alpha.
sweet kicks.
Yeah, you're all wearing sort of casual like hoodies, t-shirts, that
Yep.
sort of thing. You know, my daily uniform.
Yeah,
But
sure.
I suspect the way they'll make money on this free-to-play game
Sweet
is
goth
Cosmetics.
streetwear.
cool.
Yeah.
And I will spend that money.
I have
I
often
will
said
spend
you
that
dress like a Nosferatu.
Oh, thanks. Thanks, Andy. But yeah, Ellen's playing as Bruja, so you saw her do the soaring leap thing there.
Yep.
And
Big
she's
vampire
also
jump.
got like she's got this sort of power punch thing, which you'll see in a moment, which is her other ability. So if you watch this,
Yep.
I actually think it might be the punch that finishes this person off. Look, she gets a bit of chip damage
Whoa!
with it. Oh no, there you go. She's finished them off there. There you go. Right, and that is the last player. So she needs to go and finish this person off to get the
go, Ellen,
victory
go!
royale.
Go past Ellen.
There you go. Hold
Do
F. So
Do
Ellen
it.
was playing with the keyboard, which
Diablo
I think
Rice.
gives you a bit of an advantage. But
Yeah.
there you go.
Now, like you say, Mike, well done. Congratulations, Ellen, by the way. That was
Yep.
amazing. Good job. Like you say, in the fiction, diablerie is like the
It's
ultimate
super frowned upon. Yeah,
vampire sin.
it is the worst thing you can do.
But in
Yeah,
this,
and
it's
if you-
like victory royale. Good job.
I guess the Prince of Prague has looked the other way, because otherwise he or she would be forced to execute every single one of these vampires.
I think it's chaos in Prague.
Dang,
but yeah,
Prague.
there'll be a lot of final deaths being dished out.
Yeah,
if this
yeah.
is real. Anyway, so that was a quick look at some gameplay from Vampire the Masquerade Blood Hunt. What did you guys think? Looks good? Bad?
Yeah, I'm sad I didn't have time this weekend to give the alpha a go. Maybe when it comes into beta, or beta if you prefer, I'll give it a go then.
Yeah,
it looks like
it's going to be free to play, which I think is the right move.
Yeah, it looks like a good time. Something to play on my lunch break.
Cool. All right, well, let us know in the comments if you're excited about it as well. And do like and subscribe, because I'm sure we will be playing it probably as a team at some point in the future. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.